Welcome to Fantasy Baseball, 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 Draftmasters Edition. Hey, I'm Dan O'David along with Steve Romano. Hey, Steve.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
What? I'm doing okay. We're going to be talking about the Draftmasters, and we got some interesting points to bring about the Draftmasters. There's a lot of fluctuation in the standings early on.
We've had some big swings for sure. And like you're saying, it's early. It is early. But
It's
this
early.
guy's going like +9, -11.5, +8 points in one day overnight. Teams going from sixth to second and third to ninth. We've had a 10th to first happen. Huge swings. And first to ninth. So yeah, big swings over the past week. Really, every day it seems like somebody's having a giant swing either up or down the standings.
Well, absolutely. The numbers are thin still. It's April. It's early, as I like to say, as you just said. And we're going to see things settle into place as we go into May. And I think for the next week or two, we can see some big swings still. Right now, though, the man on top is the eight man, Rick.
Rick has had a maybe he's been bouncing back, right? Like maybe Rick's good again. Is that what's happening?
That's right, because there was that time when he wasn't good. That's right, I forgot. And then we just got to bring it up. We're not going to go through the whole standings, but our two-time champ Mike Seatown is in second place right now. But early on, it's so early, anything can happen. You and I are seventh and eighth. But there's a lot of reasons this is going on, and we had brought up. We were talking before we started recording, and you brought up the many star players who are underachieving right now.
Yeah, there are so many guys that we bid big money on or kept for big money, but I mean just expensive players on our rosters who really aren't getting it done. And if you go to the players thing, and let's say you have the salary in your list, so you can sort by salary on your custom stats page, then the most expensive hitter, and as we go through some of the guys at the top, you know, Soto $59 injured, ranked 374. Tucker $53, he's 122. Chisholm $50, he's 423, ranked 423. You know, I mean Bryce Harper $42, he's 130. Jose Ramirez $42, he's at 214. Tatis at $41, he's at 266. Machado at 39, he's at 202. Guerrero Jr. was 36. He's at 235. Acuna 36 at 337. Bellinger 36 at 190. Buxton's 35 at 672. He's
Wow.
ranked 672. $35. He's had 55 at bats, played 14 games. He's got a 182 average, a 531 ops, zero
Oh,
homers, one RBI.
that is just awful. There is a lot of, and it's early. It's April, and some people it takes a while to get going. Pitching always, I think, dominates in the early going, doesn't it?
It usually does. They're
Usually
usually
does.
in the upper hand. Yeah.
They have the upper hand. The hitters take a while to get good. But I wanted to flip the coin, and we'll go back to what you were talking about how those star players who went for a lot of money in the draft are just so underachieving because they haven't hit their stride yet. But as I've always said, Steve, these players who've done it for 4, 5, 6 years, whatever, three, they're going to have those numbers at the end of the year. But right now, it's a struggle. On the flip side of the coin, these are your top players. O'Neill Cruz is your, second ranked player hitter wise. Hodges is your second ranked hitter. That's crazy, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, O'Neill
Jordan
Cruz.
Walker is ranked eight, your third highest hitter.
Well, yeah, that's insane. That
Well,
no one
O'Neill
can see
Cruz,
that
I'm
coming.
happy. I'm really happy because he did come on the league, played really well. That he really fell apart last year. Very happy for O'Neill Cruz, playing great. Hodges, I'm a believer in, but Jordan Walker. People forget he's still really young.
Yeah, and he has been an elite prospect, just like O'Neal Cruz is an elite prospect. I mean, hell, the next guy, C.J. Abrams, ranked 10th. He was an elite prospect when they brought him up. Ellie De La Cruz. Look at my boy Drake Baldwin, the catcher for Atlanta,
I
ranked
know.
13th.
And Wood, who you were down on in the draft,
I was down
Terang,
on James Wood,
Ben Rice,
but
these are your leaders. Gunnar Henderson. I mean, these names are big. Simpson from Tampa Bay.
a lot of
Yandy
youth.
Yandy Diaz. There's speaking of Sal Stewart is like the whatever, like looks like 15th or so top offensive player, ranked at 31 right now. I mean, these are a lot of youth, but all those names you brought up earlier are missing. The first, there was Judge at 56 finally,
Yeah.
right? And that's just crazy. And it's early. It's early.
Well, yeah, I mean, and like all these guys who are performing, it's not like they were $0 or $1. Even if you just look at a lot of those players in there, 6, 1, 16, 6, 11, 5, 10, 4, 5, 3, 4, 6, 6. So a lot of cheap young keepers, it looks like.
Yeah,
And then
and draft
and then
guys
like
from draft.
and then back into the draft.
Yep.
But they're not like unknowns. Clearly, like, if they're all going like 3, 4, 5, $6, $11, then clearly we all knew, like they were prospects to definitely some degree.
Yeah, and it's early though, as I don't know if I mentioned that yet. Um, so it is really interesting, but that's just a list of players we drafted. There's another list of you and I were talking. We're people Lindor for the Mets, just awful. I noticed that Eddie had him on his bench, so I went and looked him up, and I said, of course he has him on his bench. He is playing awful.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you go down the list of, I mean, you can go all the way down to $20 players, right? And let's say, I mean, there's a fair amount of them. I mean, if I'm going to shoot off the top of my head, there's probably 35, 40, $20 players, definitely 30. And like 26 of those are ranked outside the top 100. And then there's like 15 of them are ranked outside the top 200. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And here's a guy. So I brought up Lindor because he's batting 188 with zero ribbies and zero homers with 10 runs, just not playing well. Because, if you look at him every year, 31 homers, 33 homers, 31 homers, 98, 91, 86 ribbies. He's batting 267, 274, 254. Those are the numbers he's going to have at the end of the year. You just got to suffer through the peaks and
Yeah.
valleys, the ups and
Sure.
downs, the ebb and the
Yeah,
flow.
definitely.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, guys like Lindor and all those other guys, hopefully Harper, he's on my team, they start doing what they do every year. But the older players, that does happen. They start to slow down and they don't have those stats anymore.
Well, I was just another guy I'm looking here, worse than Lindor, although today he did hit 2 home runs.
Yep.
Josh Naylor, right? I mean, look at Naylor's numbers. He's like say 10 spots above him there by salary. Sorry. He's ranked 860 and he went for $34 in the draft. And he
Wow.
had 2 runs, 0 homers, 2 RBI,
He's batting
zero stolen
102.
bases.
Batting 102 before today. After today, that changed a lot for him. After
Yeah, he'll
today,
pro
yeah,
2 home runs. He'll probably move him up from 860 into the 500s, I would bet.
he's now batting 127, which is great. He did have five ribbies today with his two homers, so that's definitely a jump start, right there. And these players will come into, and that's one of the big issues about the beginning of the year. The hardest part of probably I don't know. I guess it's all hard finding your gems along the way, the people at the end of the year you need them. But who to let go and who to hang on to through these slow starts because they're so
Um,
easy. You just triggered by a bad game or five bad games, and you drop somebody who ends up having a great year that you just weren't patient through April.
yes. I mean, it's happened to all of us
Yep,
where you drop somebody and someone else picks up and they reap the rewards. I mean, yeah, it's early, it's tough. You're like, oh shit, because especially when there's guys you want, but then you got to make a decision of who you're going to cut. Yeah, and we've all fucked that up for sure.
absolutely. And you know, that's the patience comes into it. And I'm looking for that person who's really good that someone's going to drop. So I look forward to that. Hopefully that I can get that person. Um, I don't know. It's just so early. It's hard to say to look at the standings or anything, or look at the leaders or anything. Any moves jump out at you early on? Because I think you mentioned to me before that 30 moves have been made since we last talked.
Yeah, it was a busy week. A
Wow.
lot of moves. And there were a lot of guys. I mean, there were like three or four that I was like, damn, I wanted to put a claim in. But luckily they bid more than I would have because I just probably would have put in $1 claims. And I saw there were a few players for $3 or $4 that were guys that I legitimately had interest in. I was
Okay,
kind of bummed
let's
I
go over some of the
couldn't
ones
bring
you
that up.
like. Going since we well, it looks like Wednesday's the first day people were picked up this week.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the 4-8. Or sometimes they go through early. Those Sunday night things, they go
Yeah,
through earlier than the rest of the week.
it's true.
But let's see. Why'd you drop Liam Hicks? You,
Well, I think he's gonna slow down. I already have three catchers I like. I got impatient. You see, sometimes Steve, you're not patient enough. Um,
yeah. Well, I
I,
mean, I
I,
saw that and I was like, oh, I should probably put a thing in on him. I didn't. I think Zach got him. Yes, he did. As soon as he became available, Zach got him for $2. And that was one of the guys where I was like, fuck, I definitely would have put a $1 claim in. Oh, okay, cool. I wouldn't have got him anyways.
I think this guy's like the exact opposite of what we're talking about. Here's a guy who's never done it, right? And
Yeah.
lots of good reports and how he's looking, how his approach is, yada yada. And I liked him. And I noticed though, if you look at his game log, there's a big jump from the beginning and lately. And I was just like, I don't think this guy is as great as people are making him out to be because he's just off to a great start. Um,
Yeah.
and I bet you he's really serviceable, and he could be a top 15 catcher or 12, who knows? And he does have the multiple position, but I don't need, the first and corner thing wasn't something I'm lacking. And I was impatient, and I dropped Hicks, and I shouldn't have probably. I picked up a guy who leads the league in stolen bases, but he's batting under 200. So that was my move.
Well, anyways, that's one I liked. I I was curious as to why Rick dropped Alec Burleson from St. Louis. Understandably, he was off to a bad start. The numbers weren't good. And if you're like I was saying, if you're looking to make a move and you're like, God, I definitely want to claim this guy. I'm feeling it. I like what I'm putting a claim in. Now I just got to decide who I'm giving up. And the giving up part is hard. It's hard. But
It is
I was
hard.
I didn't like that he dropped Alec Burleson and Zach got him the same day he got Liam Hicks. He got Burleson for four
Can
dollars.
you see who else bid on that?
I
Anybody?
can't see it from here. No,
Yeah,
could see it through the.
Zach with a couple good pickups
Oh,
right there. And one I wanted to bring up right before that was Taj Bradley by the Sluggers for $3.
oh yeah, I like that too. I saw that too. That's definitely another guy where I saw it and I was like, oh fuck, I wanted to get that guy. And then I was like, oh, $3? No, I wouldn't outbid $3, so I guess that's fine.
There's the Liam Hicks. I picked up Garrett Mitchell and I dropped Vientos. Yeah. Who
Yep.
knows? Viento's a guy you could be interested in, possibly. Mitchell, I don't know. Um, who? What
Well,
else?
Mitchell's playing great right now, and he's on the strong side of a platoon. So
Yeah, that's what
I
my
think
hope
that's
is. I know he's little steals, little pop. He's is playing. Who else jumps out at you? Jeffrey.
Oh, I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, well, actually, I had just put Matt Shaw into my scout list. And
I like
not,
yeah.
I don't think he had really done anything drastic, but I saw him and I was like looking what I read something about the Cubs managing their playing time for their players and playing opportunity. And so I put him in my scout list, and then like the next day Mike picked him up for $1.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up him. I had a little upside. So Lair is a guy who could give you good numbers for many months or a couple of months. Jeffrey Springs off to a good start. Big Al got Soler. Tommy Baseball got Springs. I pick up
Yeah.
Colt Keith. Colt Keith is playing well. I like the Parker Messick pickup by me.
Yep. Messick, definitely a fringe pitcher, right? I mean, if you figure it's a 10-team
Absolutely.
league, so at least 50 starting pitchers are rostered, right? Isn't that fair to say? At least 50?
At least 50. It's more than five a team, but yes, at least 50.
So if at least 50 are there, yeah, Messick is probably a guy that's right in there.
Yeah, I looked him up and he didn't pitch much last year, but he pitched well. And I was just looked up his numbers and I was like, this could be good. So I'm hoping for that. But I did give up on Okamoto.
Yeah, he's off to a he's another guy. You look at his numbers and you're like, whoa. I mean, I know the investment in this isn't as much as far as fantasy value.
I think it was $2 I
Yeah.
invested. Yeah, his numbers are atrocious. He's batting 204. He does have three ribbies and two homers, four runs. I
And
mean, it's just awful.
the amount of everyday players that are like batting under 210 with ops under 600.
Yeah,
I mean,
what was
it seems like every team has three or four of them. It really
didn't
does.
Baldy post that in the thread about the batting average being so low? Was that Baldy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and overall in the majors, very low. There was a guy, the next pickup, real quick by Sluggers, Muncy. He got glasses last year. Muncy, if
Yes, I
healthy,
remember.
he's very serviceable, I believe. Max Muncy, if he's healthy.
He definitely, as recently as last year, has had a month where he's awesome.
Right. I like that pickup.
So
That was a good pickup for a
yeah,
dollar. Anybody else stick out at
yeah, I
you?
like I like Zach's pickup of the Rockies guy, Charlie Condon. I don't know how you say it.
I don't know. Oh, the minor league guy. Yeah, I don't know much about him.
I think that's a guy worth stashing if you're maneuvering to utilize your minor league slot.
Sure,
And
sure.
then yeah, that was it. Oh, and Waka.
Waka waka waka.
I actually had a dollar bid on it, Michael Waka, but Baldy got me because of the order, the waiver priority order.
Oh, right. You both did a dollar. Yeah, it's so early. Some great early pickups. We had some great snake draft that we went over our last podcast, but right now anything's a go. Everybody's in it. Even last place Eddie and seventh and sixth place me and you, and I think it can happen still. But it really is about injury
Yeah, I mean,
and
there's some big
performance.
injuries too. Bad
Absolutely.
performance everywhere, and some big injuries sprinkled in.
Yeah, absolutely. And bringing up that last place team, Eddie Soto is injured. Lindor's playing like he's injured. I mean, those are his top two players, maybe.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
he's only 6 points behind Baldy, and he's only 12
it
points
was
behind you. I mean, it's really so early yet.
no, and I mean this, from the bottom of my heart. And I think a lot of us have these types of feelings because I've talked about them individually with you. It's like you see like a player, oh, this player got injured in this, and you're like, oh, who has him? Right?
Right.
Like
If
you
it's like
go,
my
like
player,
who
you're
has
like
him?
okay with it.
Right?
You're like, oh, damn, good.
I mean, yeah, if it's me, like who's fun, like if I'm like, oh god dang it, well, yeah, obviously, but you want to see who it is, and then, oh, is it Dan? Is it Zach? Is it Rick? You guys could be like, is it Steve? Everybody, right? But nobody's like when we go to look, and then you see that it's Eddie, you're like, oh fuck,
He's had a lot of
why,
he's had a lot of injuries.
why?
I know. Yeah, I
Oh,
feel the same way. I'm like,
and
oh, damn it. You
and
do. That's how I react
be,
too.
beyond the Soto one, which happened, right? I mean, just the other day, I see like Nick Pavetta, gets pulled because of whatever was it, like forearm tightness or something,
Yep.
and I was like, Nick Pavetta. I remember he kind of went for like real value, not like overpaid or high, but I remember he went for close to actual value. I was like, who did that again? And I pulled it up and I was like, oh, fucking Eddie. God dang it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how I
I don't
react too when
want
I
it.
see that.
I don't
I
want it.
I lost a play. I when it comes to injury, personally, I lost Betts. I don't know if that's a big injury loss for me, but I did lose him. And I just want to bring up Bogarts.
Yeah. I know I cut him. I nominated him
No,
for a
not
dollar. I
because
did
he's
not
worth
want him.
keeping. Not because he's worth keeping, but I just want to say he gave me a game where he had a grand slam, and two
Oh,
solo
yeah. I
bases,
saw
and,
that.
and and two solo bases that same game.
Yeah. I saw that.
I'm just saying that alone. I'm like, I can drop him now. That was great. Thanks.
Did you have him active in your lineup?
Yep, I sure did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, he's playing because Betts is injured. Well, that is the Draftmasters early baseball report. I'm Dan O'Day. That's Steve Romano. Thanks for listening.